Welcome to the Biz Bash podcast, where we make biz strategy a piece of cake. I'm Elizabeth.
And I'm Cami, but you might know us better as Eliza Ann Calligraphy and Cami Monet. We want to help you, our fellow stationers, artists, and calligraphers, confidently build a profitable and personality-driven creative biz.
We're here to share our honest-to-goodness advice and actionable strategies for ambitious artists.
So put on your party hat, quit being a procrastinator gator, and let's get this party started.
Sorry, guys. Cami and I are over here pointing at each other like crazy people, like, you go, no, you go, no, you. Welcome to the Biz Birthday Bash podcast, everybody. Today is our One A Day in May episode. We're kicking off all of the exciting things. Cami, I'm going to turn our cameras off now so you don't get distracted.
That's what happened, Elizabeth. I was looking at my dumb face in the camera. I couldn't speak. You guys, like, our podcast recording software now has video, and I have to turn it off because I'm like looking at the window or playing with my hair, and then I look at myself and I forget what I'm doing, and I just cannot. So, and also I look very distracted to guests, so it's just I look rude.
Yes, you do. You do look rude to guests, which is really funny, even though you're not trying to do that. So Cami's video gets turned off, and actually, like, both of ours when we do episodes just together stays off because it feels more like a phone call anyways. I don't know. It's more natural to us.
Yeah, I don't know. It's very weird. I do not like the video. Anyway, that's not important. That's neither here nor there. The important thing is, I don't know if you guys have realized what month it is, but it is now May. And I don't know if you know what that means, but if you do, or if you don't, I'm about to tell you. Okay, so it's one a day, one a day in May. It's happening. Oh my gosh. I was just telling Elizabeth I was so tired, and then I drank 5 cups of coffee, and now I feel like it's finally kicking in, but I did do some jumping jacks before we recorded this episode. So, you guys, it's that time of the year. Hashtag One A Day in May, the ultimate challenge. I did this last year. We are bringing it back this year, and I think it's going to be obviously way bigger than last year because y'all have already been so hype about it. So we just wanted to take the time to kind of talk through what the challenge is, some ideas you can do, how it benefits you, how it kind of started, and some other fun stuff too. So,
yes. And I actually might pull up the post from in our Facebook group where people were sharing ideas of what they're doing, because that'll be super helpful for us to show just like truly like the variety of things that people are doing, which is so exciting. But first, Cami, I want you to tell everybody the history of One A Day in May, because someone helped you come up with this, and I can't remember who. Wasn't it Kat?
Yeah. Okay. So Kat from Kitty Meow Boutique, we love her. We were interviewing her last year on the podcast, and she was talking about how she wanted to do like a design blitz, and she did like a design blitz where she designed a bunch of stuff like really quickly. And she was like, oh my gosh. I was like, I want to try something like that. She's like, you should do it for the month of May and be like One A Day in May with Cami Monet. And I was like, oh my gosh, Kat, you realize I have to do that now because it all rhymes, and I am 100% going to do that. And so it just kind of spiraled from there. And so last year I made the challenge, hashtag One A Day in May, and told everyone, hey, I'm going to design a new product every single day or paint something new every day. Kind of, it's a very loose challenge. And that's kind of the fun of it. It's not like super high pressure, but still a bit of a push. And so last year, that is exactly what I did in May. I think I took, a couple days off where I was out of town, or a couple weekends off, but I literally designed something every single day. And to be quite honest, it was the turning point for my product business. It really helped me establish my design style, kind of come up with a few card templates, if you will, just like this, the little animals on the little white, like what is it? The ground, like the little white ground with a colored backer, like that. Really, really just took off. Like that little design started with One A Day in May, and now I use that all the time to make greeting cards. So it's kind of become this distinctive look. And none of this wouldn't have happened if I didn't have the time to actually put in the effort to make something creative every day. And that's kind of the point of it too, is because we all get so caught up working on our business. We want to make new things, but we just don't make the space for it. And so this whole month is like, no, you're making the space for it. You're going to make it a priority. This is like a month of creating and getting back to the things you love, but also not getting so bogged down in the perfection side of things where it's like, oh, I'm going to make this thing, but I don't know if I love the color, so I'll just keep working on it for 2 weeks. It's like, no, you start something and you finish it that day, even if you hate it, even if it sucks. And you might come back to it later and be like, you know what, if I do this one tweak, it'll change everything. But the whole goal is to start and finish something in one day. And you guys, you will absolutely surprise yourself at what you can do once you kind of get in that creative sweet spot, because it's really hard to get in there. I know for me, I've talked about my Instagram stories, how being creative or getting into the zone of painting feels like I'm literally going scuba diving. Like I have to get all my gear, like mentally prep the room, like light a candle, have coffee, like there can't be clutter. I have to like clear my mind, and I literally just like dive in and go underwater, and I get in the weirdest mood. Like it is so weird. Like I am so sassy and so on edge, and I get in there and I just like keep going, and I stay down there and I work really hard, and then I have to come back up to answer an email. And so it's like, oh, I got to go through this whole thing to get back in the painting zone again. So this is like staying underwater the entire month of May, basically.
Yes. Right. You're just like automatically putting yourself in that headspace with like the commitment aspect, and not to mention accountability. I think like that's the biggest thing, is that especially this year, because I do think people watched you do it last year, and I watched you do it last year. Like full disclosure, guys, I definitely did not do one a day in May. Cami was like, this would be so great for Biz Birthday Bash. And I was like, please don't even, like, I can't, I can't even think about like how we would try to do that right now. Like the world, at that point felt like it was kind of just like falling apart. But I was like, I'm going to watch you do it. I was like, one a day in May with Cami Monet. And then obviously it's like Cami made it so much fun. She made so many cute, wonderful, amazing things. And so this year I was like, okay, this is the year to like really actually be very like purposeful with it within our like Facebook group of people. Cause like last year I knew it would just kind of be like, I don't know. I just guess we probably didn't know what to expect, right, Cami? Like how big it's like blown up, and like how many people who are using the hashtag and saying that they're going to do it. And it's just really amazing. And you listening are welcome to join. Like you don't have to be part of our private Facebook group or our directory to join. All you have to do is do one thing consistently every day in May and use the hashtag one a day in May. So like the point is to try to like also be sharing every day too, and checking out the hashtag so you can be encouraging other people who are sharing on the hashtag. So Cami, let's talk about some ideas of what people are doing. Tell us first, like what your approach is this year.
Okay. Well, I'm pretty much doing the same thing as last year with trying to design a new product every day / painting something every day. So either or. So quick note too, some of the things I'll be designing, it's not like I'm going to be painting something new every single day. Sometimes I'll be using artwork that I've already created. Like I have so much artwork, you guys. And I'm like, and so I even wrote down notes. I'm like, okay, I want to use the bird that I painted for this suite, or like this golden retriever. Like I have all these notes of like, use this artwork for something, figure out something to use it for. So that'll be something I want a day. And then I also want to paint new things because I have a bunch of florals that I want to paint. And then sometimes my ideas I just don't have artwork for. So I'm like, well, I'm going to have to bust it out and paint something. So we'll see how it goes. I don't have like a super specific plan. I always keep a notebook that has like a running list of ideas. And I also use my paper placemats, the janky ones. I put them up on my clipboards and I just scribble things on them. So I'm literally looking at notes. So there's just like random notes here and there. So I can just kind of like pick and choose. But I know some people are doing like, they have lists of exactly what they're going to do that day. So if you're like a more structured person and that works for you, that's totally cool too. Some of the things I've seen people are doing, some are really ambitious. Some people are going to be sketching an invitation suite every day, which I'm like, y'all are wild, with like color palette and everything. Like that is crazy and very impressive if you can do that. Like awesome. Some people are going to be sewing something every day. Some people are just doing like a workout every day or walking 30 minutes, trying a new recipe. I've seen a lot of people doing like line illustrations every single day. A bunch of people shared stuff on my stories. I can't remember all of them. Someone said they're doing German lessons every single day. We had like a bunch of guys respond. So I'm like, oh, even the guys are getting involved. This is so fun.
Yeah, no, that's what's so great is it's like anyone and everyone. And like, So if you guys know anything about me by now, you know that I like hate January with a burning passion, and I hate New Year's Eve and New Year's Day. Mainly New Year's Day. New Year's Eve is like fine because I find it to be like the most made up, overworked holiday of all time where everyone's like, this is gonna be my year and I'm gonna do XYZ and I'm gonna set all these goals. And I'm just like, I hate it so much. But I love that like May is 5 months into the year and it's like we're just like committing for a month that we're all going to do something and we get to pick what we want to do, right? Like we don't all have to work out every day. We don't all have to paint every day. We just have to do one thing consistently every day in May. Every day in May. It's kind of a tongue twister.
I know.
And it's really cool. It just feels like very like communal. It feels like this nice kind of like spring into summer push. And I'm just like I'm super jazzed about it this year.
I am so jazzed that you're jazzed. It's going to be so fun. Oh, more ideas, guys. I went to my stories to see what people replied.
Yes.
I thought this was a really good idea too. Someone's committing to doing a reel every single day, which I'm like, that is a really good idea, honestly. Like, or taking videos of their products. Because I don't know if you guys saw, Etsy is like pushing hard for you to have videos of your product, which I like do every once in a while. And I'm like, I really need to take time to do one for every product. So that's a really good one too. Like a quick 15-second video of a product. One of our favorite product photographers, she is going to be styling something every single day with something from her garden every single day to practice photography. I have another photographer, she's doing a self-portrait every single day. Let's see. Someone is going to be emailing a wholesale account or like a stockist every single day to try to get in their shop.
Yep. So smart.
Let's see. Someone's designing a sticker every single day, calligraphy every single day, making patterns with florals every day. I mean, there are so many cool things you can do. So really the sky's the limit on that one.
Yeah, just pick something that you're super duper passionate about that you love. And for me, I'm mainly just so excited because I have my Glowforge now. So I'm cutting something on my Glowforge every single day.
Yay!
Yep. And I have a list of like well over 30 things now. But I have to say that I'm most excited about is Brittany from Paper Betty. And she told me, she was like, you should do like miniatures for doll houses. And I was like, literally just totally freaked out. So like little mini artwork and then potentially like little like benches or I don't know, like coat racks. I don't know. There's so many different things I feel like that I could end up doing, like a hat rack, like a little mini hat rack for a dollhouse.
Oh my gosh.
Then someone else, like my friends who were over for dinner the other night was like, you should do like punch out greeting cards. So like where it's cut or kind of like scored and then they can like punch it out to like assemble like a paper airplane or assemble like something out of paper. Yeah. So I was like, okay, that's cool. Like that isn't really something I thought of. I'm going to start it off. We're actually recording this Friday, April 30th, y'all. So May 1st is tomorrow. Sorry, Emily, that this episode is so late. Anyway, I am doing a mini puzzle on the Glowforge tomorrow. I think that's what my project is going to be to cut tomorrow. And then like also kind of along the lines of what Cami said, repurposing a bunch of like old artwork that I've had over the years, like different line drawings that I have done of other things. I just did a really beautiful engraved poem for somebody actually this past week. So I'm probably going to be sharing that as one of my one a day things. That might actually be what I share on like Sunday, May 2nd, if I don't want to be producing something that day, because there's a lot of people who are like, I'm just going to do it during the weekdays. That's totally fine. Or I'm going to do it the weekdays and Saturday, but I'm going to take Sunday off. If you want to have one day to rest on your Sabbath day, to take Sunday off so you can feel like rejuvenated for the rest of the week. But Cami, you go hard because I know you're going to be doing something or two things like every day.
I know. Last year I did do two things in some day, but I also did take some days off. Not because like sometimes, I mean, I still have client work and stuff going on. So it's like, it's not like my whole May day, like schedule is cleared, even though I was like, I'm going to clear my schedule for May. Did I do that? No. So, you know, you have to like, obviously still keep your business going. So I'm like, well, some client projects will just be my one a day, like, you know, like a couple of pet portraits. I'm like, that'll just be what some of them, and then some other things will just have to take longer than a day. But you know, if I'm just like having a really frazzled day, I mean, I remember last year I was like working at like 9 p.m. being like, I have to design this greeting card, but I actually loved it. Like I freaking loved it. Like I had so much fun doing it, and it just like really it really pushes you creatively, you guys. But I mean that in the best way. And I know people are like really scared. They get so scared thinking about doing it, but you know what? You can't grow if you don't do something you're afraid of. So it's not like anything bad is going to happen if you just try. So I don't know why people get so scared to even try. So don't be scared. You guys just do it. And you can hop in whenever you want. People get weird too because they're like, oh my gosh, I'm going to miss the first week because of XYZ. I can't do it. I'm like, it's totally fine. Just hop in on the 7th or the 15th or whatever. It's totally, totally cool. Like,
yes. Mm-hmm. The whole point is that you'll have other people who are journeying alongside you the entire month in one way or another. So if you hop in late, that's fine. Just like go check out the hashtag, interact with people. Every time you're sharing, please be tagging us. Like I've actually been taking probably about a week-long hiatus from Instagram now where I've just had it deleted off my phone because I know that I'm going to be like so sucked in for the entire month of May. So quite honestly, I'll probably take off the entire month of June. But I'm like ready to like be there and share, and definitely, like I said, be tagging us, be tagging Biz Birthday Bash too, because I think we're going to be wanting to like post some things in stories and in our feeds of all the amazing things that you guys are doing, because this is big. This is like our Super Bowl.
I'm like nervous this year because I was like, oh, it was just like me being an idiot last year, but now people are like really on board with it. I'm like, oh my Lanta. I gotta represent, you know, I gotta like make sure everyone feels hype. So I'm going to have a lot of coffee this month. But you know what, too? Some people, I had a couple other artists message me and they participated last year and they were like, you know what? I cannot wait for May, One a Day in May this year. Like last year, I did it with you and I was kind of a newer baby business and you shared my stuff in your stories and I got so many new clients and met so many other artist friends. And so it was like really great exposure for me to do this. And it made a huge difference in my business. Like I got 2 or 3 messages like that, be like, you sharing this and making this a thing, it like really helped my visibility. So that's another like little perk of it, you guys, because I do share people's stories in my stories as well. I try not to do like a bajillion, but you know, every day I'll try to go through and be like, wow, look what so-and-so's made, or like every couple of days, because it really is fun and it's like really inspiring for me. And I just like, I love seeing what you guys make. So it is cool. And people are looking at the hashtag. People are following along, even if they're not actively participating. Like the more of us who keep talking about it and making it into this big deal, like the more people are going to take notice, and, you know, there's strength in numbers. And so it only helps everyone and our whole industry, really. It's really big, you guys.
It really only helps everyone. And I mean, social media, the unfortunate thing about social media is it's totally based off of like your interactions with it and how much you're putting in, et cetera, et cetera. Like the algorithm will notice that you're being involved every single day. So I think that's also like helped people boost their businesses as well, because they're like, this automatically gave me something to talk about every day. Because otherwise I get on social and I'm like, I don't have something to share. You know, a lot of people have this attitude. I don't have anything to share right now. I don't have anything I'm passionate to talk about. And this is like, you get to show up and you get to be like, okay, this is what I'm doing today. Like, I don't know. It's like the perfect way to even help you generate content, I guess, to be sharing with your audience.
Yeah, it is. It's a good talking point.
It's a great talking point, and it's so relatable too, because I hope people like get excited. Like, I hope I can grow my following maybe even a little. Like that's never really been like much of a goal for me, but if I saw it go up a couple hundred, I would be thrilled, from people who are just like, I just wanted to see like what you were going to cut tomorrow, you know?
Yeah, exactly. So I mean, like how can you like maximize your One a Day in May, you guys? How can you maximize this whole challenge? Like one of the things that I'm doing, well, I'm having my VA do, is email my wholesale accounts and be like, hey, guess what's up? Your favorite artist is over here doing something crazy on Instagram. She's creating a new product every day in May. Like follow along. And then, you know, I just want to like, it's another great way to connect with my wholesale stores and be like, I'm creating all this product. Like if you want to like give feedback and come see what's going on, like come check it out. And it's like becomes this like party that you're inviting people behind the scenes of like an artist creating, and people love seeing that, like, you know, the curtain pulled back a little bit and getting in your head and seeing why you make the things you do or the decisions you make or what stumps you. Like even being really vulnerable with things is a great way to really take advantage of this and being like, you know, today is going to be hard. Like I'm really pushing through and I didn't love what I made today, but I did this change on it, ended up really loving it. Or I'm discovering that I actually really enjoy using oils because I've never oil painted before, but I was going to try that for my one a day in May. So it's a great way to like be vulnerable to with creativity, because a lot of us feel like we have to be like so perfect as being an artist. And this is just like your stories are where it's going to be, you know, the most beneficial to actually share, you know, the vulnerable, authentic, I hate all these words, that side of you, you know, where you're just like, oh, this is hard. But like share that part of it, because that's part of like the beautiful thing about one a day in May is a little bit of like a struggle.
Yeah, it is. You really have to like push through it, and don't be afraid to make ugly things. Like, honestly, if there is something that you hate, that's totally fine. Like, I would say still share it. Go ahead and be like kind of what Cami said. Like, I'm not super proud of this today, but I'm working through the process and things like that. Because Cami and I have talked about this in episodes before, where we actually think that one of the best things you could do to find your style is make stuff that's really bad.
Yeah. And you're like, wow, that is not it.
That is not it. That is not me. I don't like that vibe. It doesn't fit, you know? And I actually think like, I think I did like 3 days of one a day of May last year. I was trying, but I was not in the mood. I painted like a bunny. I painted an ear of corn, and that might've been it. I think I got like 2 days in. And I think part of my problem there is that, guys, I don't really like watercolor. Like, I'm not Cami, and that's beautiful. That's perfectly fine. Like, I picked the wrong thing. And so that's why I'm super excited this year that I have my Glow Forge and I can dive in head first with that. Like, I probably should have picked like doing a sketch a day last year, or reading 20 minutes a day, or choosing something different that wasn't necessarily like producing artwork. Cami, I also want to like specify, because people do get really tripped up on this. When you say you're creating a product a day, you're just mainly designing it, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Not actually like producing it and printing it and all of that stuff.
But last year in May, I ordered so much new product, you guys. But let me just tell you, I wish I could like show you a picture of like my like stats from last year, because it was like my sales were like, okay, just like straight line, and then May, and then June was like, and it just like went crazy because I came out with all this new stuff, and people were like, I can't wait to buy this. So I was like ordering notepad. I ordered so much stuff. It was like the most fun thing ever. It was like freaking Christmas, you guys. So.
Yes. Yeah. You did. You definitely placed orders for things for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. So I was like making stuff, ordering it, making stuff, hating it. Like, it was just a whole darn lot. But like, really, my whole product line genuinely exploded because of one a day in May. Like, I feel like I didn't even have a product line until after one a day in May. So now it's just going to be like drilling down even further. Last year was like an experiment. This year is more like an expansion.
Yes. I absolutely love how you like framed that. That's brilliant. No, I'm really excited to see what you are going to do. And I think my other question is, do you have a product that you designed last year that you feel like still continues to like stand out and sell really well, and is one that you absolutely love?
Yes.
And then the second part to that question is, do you have a product that you created during that time that you're like, this is dumb?
Yes. Also,
okay.
Yes.
Perfect. I want to know both of them.
Okay. Well, the one that I designed, I think I can actually almost remember the day. It was the little happy birthday card with the 2 little penguins. Okay. The penguin throwing the confetti and the penguin with the party hat. Okay. That happy birthday card. When I tell you that this is my best-selling card of all time, I mean that by like 10 miles. Like, I literally sell like 20 of these cards a day. Like, I am not kidding you. I have to reprint this one all the darn time. I cannot keep this one in stock. And every time I get a sale for it, I literally laugh, because I'm like, oh my freaking gosh. Like, it is just, that card itself is just insane. So the happy birthday penguins. And you know what? That was the first one of that, like, I hate the word template, but like that style with the little animals and the text at the top. Like, that was the layout. Uh-huh. That was the first one with that kind of like layout. And now, I mean, I have so many cards with that same kind of layout and that same like a framework, basically. Be like, okay, it's going to have a little animal doing something cute and color background. Like, that little layout is like very known to me now. And that card just continued. That was probably my number one shining star from one a day in May, because it just took off. It just took off and continues to like make buku bucks with a penguin greeting card.
How many days in did you make that one?
I'm pretty sure it was May 15th, but I could go back.
Okay. Fascinating.
In my
it was like
mind,
right at the halfway point.
I'm pretty sure it was at the halfway point. And what was I going to say? Oh, yeah. And then with the penguins, too, I ended up making different versions of the penguins. Like I made Christmas ones, literally the same artwork, just changed the rainbow confetti to white to be snow and like a Santa hat instead of a party hat. Did one for Valentine's Day, Mother's Day. What else did I do one for? There's another one. Oh, Easter. Did I do another one? There's all these different versions of the penguins now, and they all sell really well. It's just so funny to me.
Oh my gosh.
I know. So I'm like, okay, basically I just have to make penguin cards for the rest of my life. So they're all literally the same. I just changed the accessories on the penguin and changed the text. So yeah.
Brilliant. Oh yeah, no, I know. I remember when you did that. And that was also kind of in tandem with the whole like website flub, right?
This was all yeah.
And so it was like you had also kind of been like producing branding for your site. And so it was like these stepping stones or like puzzle pieces kind of started falling in place. And I like remember when you came out with that card, and now so many of your cards are done with like that similar layout. And in my head, I'm like, this is so Cami. Like I would spot this from a mile away.
I know.
So it was like one a day in May gave you the power. It like helped you.
It literally unlocked the key into this whole thing. Okay, like you guys, I know this sounds like super cheesy, but it really did. And you know what's so funny? Like I could never figure out what I love about that layout. I'm just gonna ramble on a little bit here, but what I really love about it is because my artwork, I've always felt like I struggle with like that my artwork is sometimes I don't feel like it's as marketable because it's more realistic, you know? So even like I'm working with Papyrus on another card, they're like, oh, we want this to be really like looser and less like more painterly than like how you normally do. It's a little bit looser because it's like so real, you know? And so I'm like, so I have like a very realistic style with things. So sometimes I can lose a little bit of the whimsical element. So with that little like fake background of color, but the really tight watercolor, I felt like that color just brought in the whimsy. Does that make sense? I feel like I'm rambling. I'm like, you know what I'm saying?
Yes, the playfulness. It brought in like a very playful aspect to the artwork.
Right. So it's still playful, but has that sophisticated, realistic watercolor style that I don't know how to do anything else. Like I cannot paint loose for the life of me.
Yeah, right.
Like,
that's always been your gripe, which is so funny.
I get so mad. Like I'm gonna just paint something like a loose flower right now, and I'm like, oh my gosh, why does this have like 82 layers? But so I just felt like that was like a really perfect like little pairing. It just kind of came together like PB and J. So
yeah. I love all of those. Will loves the "Will you accept this rose" card with the chipmunk on it, which granted was not during one a day in May, like one of your more like recent Valentine's Day designs.
But still, the style.
And he just like literally the same like style kind of layout. He just like sat on the couch like staring at it. I like handed it to him and he was just like looking at it because he was like, I just love this so much. It was like, for any of you guys who are Parks and Rec fans, it's when like Tom has the art piece commissioned from the student at the university because they're trying to figure out what they're going to repaint the mural in Town Hall because it's this really graphic, horrible, like historical event. And so Tom commissions this art student and it's an abstract piece of art, but he's just like staring at it because he's completely like overcome with it. That's how I felt like Will was with your chipmunk card. So it was really cute. And then I was trying to get him to use your butterfly stir sticks and he was like, no.
I know. How dare him?
You need some with cute little, I don't know, like cars or something for boys.
Oh, it's like some manly ones.
Yeah, or like, well, you have your football ones, right?
Yeah, but they're only Tennessee specific because
I was like, could you do a baseball set with a baseball glove, baseball bat, and baseball hat, baseball cap?
I could totally do that. I don't know if I want to though.
Yeah, I get that. But then for dad, I mean,
know.
like you have some of the, I know, but that might not be down your alley. But those in my head look really cute in a Cami Monet style.
I know. I mean, like literally anything you do looks cute. That's the thing. I'm like, how many stir stick sets can I make? The limit does not exist. So I do have a really cute set coming out for the 4th of July, you guys.
Oh it's my gosh.
Really
I can't wait.
Yes.
Oh, I'm so excited.
I know this is airing like next week, but I'll just give a little snippet. There's going to be a little Americana collection. It's really adorable. So everyone just hold on to your party hats.
Yes. Can't wait.
Yes.
Okay. So least favorite or like product you felt was kind of a meh.
Oh, I know. I never even like finished this one. I was really trying to make something work with my little paint palette illustration that I made the notepad from for a card.
Yes.
And I was like being like, you're a great palette. And I was like, this is so bad. Like, this is so stupid. And I just couldn't make it work. And that haunts me all the time. And there's like the unfinished file sitting on my desktop and I'm looking at it right now. I'm like, how can I make this work?
Because the paint palette notepad does continue to do pretty
piece.
well, right?
Oh yeah, that one is fire. And I'm like, oh, I want to put this on the card. Like the little illustration be so cute. But I just like something about it. I'm like, I cannot figure out what I want to do with it.
Can you illustrate a paint palette more like your enamel pin? How are your enamel pins doing, by the way?
Oh, they're doing good. I just had to reorder a bunch.
Okay.
My fir tree pen sucks though. No one ever buys that. Actually, I did just get a wholesale order for it, but still, I'm gonna discontinue that one.
Yeah. No, that one to me felt like just much less Cami Monet. I'm not trying to like stomp on your enamel pin, but I'm like, yeah, that makes sense to me.
That's why I'm like not gonna do baseball because I'm like, I gotta stay more in the more girly realm.
Exactly. No, I totally get that. For the paint palette, I'm like, what if you did a paint palette? Because I do like you're my favorite palette or whatever. I thought that the pun is cute.
The pun is cute? Okay.
But yeah, that's so funny because, okay, well, maybe you shouldn't take my advice because half of the time when you tell me different like jokes and stuff you're going to do, I'm like, huh? Like sometimes I don't even get it half of the time when you're like making a pun or
I know.
a joke.
I'm so clever. People think I'm an idiot. It's fine.
The après ski, I was like, I still don't get it. So it's fine. But people like love that tag and they buy it all the time. So now that I'm saying you're a great palette is like cute, I'm like, oh, maybe she shouldn't listen to me because
no, I think the pun is not the worst. I just couldn't figure out the design.
Yeah, that's why I think it needs to be like a circular paint palette, like your enamel pin design.
Oh, yeah, but I don't like that.
Okay. And we're in an impasse, so.
Oh, yes, that's fine. No, I want to use that. I will figure it out. It will come
Can
to
you
me.
have like maybe you should just like print it out and have like a ceremonial burning in the backyard to be like, I'm letting this go. This idea does not need to haunt me anymore.
No, I think I just need to do I actually think it'll work with this different type of lettering because I was like trying to be lazy and do font, but I think I need to do lettering and I think I can make it work actually now that we're talking about it. Like I actually have a visual in my head now.
How did your
I might do it tomorrow. Oh my god.
Ooh.
Oh my gosh. I've got it. Oh my gosh. Hold on. I gotta write it down.
I've actually been writing ideas down during this time.
Oh my god, listen, I just got so funny because I got the perfect. Oh no! Wait, no, I do like it. Okay, guys, it's gonna be great. Oh god, I just feel
sometimes Cami calls me in the morning and it's that volume on the phone, and I have to be like, let's just bring it down just a notch.
No, I just get so excited when I have an idea. Like I've had this other idea for this product that I'm working on that I sent Elizabeth a video of yesterday. I'm not talking about it yet.
Oh yeah, don't talk about it yet.
And when I put it in the packaging and I was just like trying to figure out all the details about it, I was like hyperventilating. So I feel like it's gonna be great. This is the thing that I've emailed like 47 printers about. So
yeah, no, I feel like the logistics of that will be very interesting to share.
Well,
probably in the Facebook group at some point. I'm sure somebody will ask down the road.
It's a hard thing
not
to
publicly.
find.
Sorry, guys.
It's a hard thing to find stateside, so. And I'm trying to like made in the USA.
Understand.
But I even went to some local print shops and spoke to Kevin, okay? And Bob and all these old men. I was like, here's the game plan, guys. They were like,
like, who are you? You're crazy.
I know. So yeah, so I did like a tour day local print shop yesterday.
Oh man. Good times.
You know what? That's actually a perfect little segue into this little ditty about if you are creating all this stuff in One A Day in May, and you also want to know the secret printer that I've been talking about, then we have a little treat for you guys because this is our most favorite month and we love you. And we have this awesome resource called the A to Z Directory, which is our membership for finding all the printers you could ever want to print all the things you're going to be making in One A Day in May. So we have a little $25 off coupon for you. The code is One A Day 2021. That will give you $25 off your first year of membership to the A to Z directory for the entire month of May. So you have the entire month of May to join. You're probably going to want to join sooner rather than later because you're going to get awesome accountability in there, awesome community, and awesome resources that you actually might get ideas on what to make when you scroll through the vendor list.
Right.
She'll be like, oh, I didn't even know that was possible. How could I use this artwork to make this thing? Like, that's also a great way to like get ideas too. It's just like scrolling through the vendor list, honestly, you know?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
So just kind of like thinking outside the box. But honestly, I mean, I was ordering stuff like crazy last year in May. So you'll get access to all the printers that I use for making every single thing in my business. All the printers Elizabeth uses, all the printers other people in our community use. So it's just a great place to be, honestly.
It is. It is a great place to be. We have so much fun in there with everyone. We are doing at this point, I guess we would have had our kickoff call for One a Day in May already for the Power Hour, which is also like technically April's Power Hour, but we put it at the beginning of May for the kickoff, and then we'll have some sort of like finale or something. I don't know. Like, I think it would be really fun to do like a Zoom call.
I think we should do superlatives.
I'm sorry, what?
I think we should do superlatives, but also just backing up really quick. If you don't know what we're talking about, every month in the A to Z directory, which is the awesome thing I'm talking about, we do a monthly Power Hour Q&A where you get to talk to us live and come hang out with us. We answer your questions. It's really, really fun. It's basically like having a free consultation call, and that's like included with your membership every month. So we already did ours for this month yesterday to kick off One a Day in May, but we'll definitely do one to like a little finale. But I was thinking we could do like superlatives, like, I don't know, like most ambitious or something. Like,
paper plate awards.
Paper plate awards. I don't know what that is, but yes.
So superlatives, like a really fancy word for awards?
Like in high school where it's like, the most likely to succeed or whatever.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like the yearbook.
Yes, but we didn't use the word superlative. I would have to think of what we used, to describe that. But yeah, we always jokingly said like paper plate awards. We would write things on paper plates and like put like little ribbons on them and stuff and like award them to people in like theater or softball or whatever it was. So that's hilarious.
Yeah, so we can make like fun superlatives, like most ambitious, but didn't actually make it all the way through. Or something like that.
No, we won't do that. We'll pick out some
stories in one day. I want to.
Yes, something like that. Something funny, something cute. All of them must be funny and cute and encouraging.
Yeah, most creative design or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, for sure. But all the designs are going to be so creative. So how will we even measure that?
I don't know. Just it's all subjective, Best attitude about One a Day in May. Oh, like most Instagram posts on the hashtag or something like that. I don't know if we can just figure it out. Most encouraging. That's a good one. See?
Yeah. Well, that'll go to Libby.
Yeah.
We love you, Libby. I already know she'll be the most encouraging.
Libby, you have won the most encouraging award.
Preemptively.
Yes.
All right, guys. Well, we managed to just like yap our heads off for almost like 40 minutes specifically about One a Day in May. We're not going to do housekeeping today. You guys kind of know the drill. Mainly just go ahead, get started on your amazing projects, sketches, reading, devotions, walking, workouts, whatever it is you're doing during the month of May. Get started now and tag us on Instagram. Use the hashtag One a Day in May. We're going to be hanging out the whole month of May.
Yes. And our Instagram is at BizBirthdayBash. And then mine is at Cami Monet. And Elizabeth?
At Eliza and Calligraphy.
Yes. So come hang out with us on the gram. Mostly follow the hashtag because you'll find us through there. So, all right, guys, let's get to it. Let's see what we're making. I cannot wait. Here we go. One a day in May. Woo!
One a day in May. One a day in May.
I wish I'm going to have to write an entire song for this. So I will do that later.
I know. We need a theme song for One a Day in May.
The theme song is It's the Eye of the Tiger. So, we could play music on this, but then we get sued. All right, guys. We love you. Can't see it. See what you make. And goodbye.
Bye. Hey guys, we just wanted to hop in and talk about one of our amazing resources, the A to Z directory. All of us have thought at some point, how did she do that or how did she make that? And maybe you don't know where to start or how the heck to produce this amazing product you've dreamt up.
Well, the A to Z directory is the missing puzzle piece in your biz, you guys. Seriously. So it's built in the form of a yearly membership, and it's your one-stop shop for finding suppliers and vendors for all the things. Literally where to print everything from custom invitations, greeting cards, mugs, koozies, acrylic printing, letterpress, custom ribbon. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. And it literally goes from A to Z. From acrylic printers to zipper pouches, we have it in the A to Z directory.
We want to help all of you search less and create more with this list of 300 plus vendors and suppliers. Don't worry, they're very organized. It's not going to be overwhelming and confusing when you join. And this membership also includes access to a private Facebook community. It's incredibly active and involved. And if you need a question answered fast, that is definitely the place to go.
Yeah, our Facebook group really is the best. You guys, everyone is so helpful in there. And we're in there too, answering questions you guys might have. So it's a great way to get access to us and ask us things without sliding into our DMs. So we're more likely to answer you in the Facebook group, just saying. Anyway, also in the Facebook group, this is new for 2020 and we're really excited about it. We are hosting monthly Power Hour Q&A sessions that are live, and these are only available to our A to Z directory members. So you can hop in with us live and ask us all your burning questions in real time and just hang out with us every month. And we do these at different times so you can actually be there live, and the replays are always available in the Facebook group for members.
This resource is priced at $147 a year, which honestly is extremely affordable and is full of so many benefits, such as exclusive vendor coupons for members only. And we would love to have you guys join. Seriously, it's kind of like our family and our tribe. So visit bizbirthdaybash.com/directory to sign up today and use coupon code podcast2020 to receive $20 off your first year. That's podcast, all caps, 2020 for $20 off your first year.
We can't wait to see you in the Facebook group.